What colors? Santa Claus, bitch. It. None of those are it, but just the regular one. There it is. Trump has no limits. Let's see.
We're going to expand the United States.
We're going to expand it.
I was amazed this. When the president's speaking a lot when he was on the campaign trail, what you do, and it drives people crazy, but they just say, new audience, I got to give the same message every single time. And sometimes you carry the message and you go, wow, it's the same speech. Since the president won, he's putting new things into all his remarks, whether it's the Patriot Awards or what we saw
We're going to make Mexico a state.
In front of Charlie Kirk's group.
Yeah. I think part of it is like when you're running for office, you want to be very consistent and tell people this is what I'm going to do.
It's about
now
time.
He's won. It's not like he's making some giant crazy turn here. He's just trying to maybe put some meat on the bones of what the agenda is going to be now that he's got the power soon of governance.
Let's watch a little bit from what he said yesterday. Watch this.
Here we go.
So we get the highest vote ever for a Republican candidate. We won by 36 points with young people. That never happens. A Republican loses by 36 or 40. So I'm going to have to start thinking about TikTok. We did go on.
4 years of this. We're going to have 4 fucking years of this. This is going to be insane. This is amazing. Wow. Is he wrong? No. I think the idea to ban TikTok is totally fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's devoid of all reason and logic, and it's completely unconstitutional.
Yeah. Makes no goddamn sense as business perspective either. Like, why?
I completely disagree with it in all ways.
TikTok, and we had a great response with billions of views, billions and billions of views. They brought me a chart, and it was a record, and it was so beautiful to see. And as I looked at it, I said, maybe we got to keep this sucker around a little while. You know, on my first day.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. This is... Buy it? Yeah. This is going to be so good, man.
Back in the Oval Office, I will sign a historic slate of executive orders to
did he really say that? He did.
Close our border to illegal aliens and stop the invasion of our country. And on that same day, we will begin the largest deportation operation in American history, and we will create the new Department of Government Efficiency headed by Elon Musk. And no,
they have to get him to say Doge. We need to get him to call it Doge. Please fucking call it that. If we can get the president to say this shit. Yeah. To the moon. Exactly. There is a good chance that, yeah, Doge, you know what? We haven't been to the moon for a long time. Why don't we go back to the moon again? Why not? Fuck. Yeah, we haven't done that in a long time. We might, yeah, let's go back to the fucking moon.
Taking the
it's time.
I like having smart people. You know, they're on a new kick. Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 all the different hoaxes. And the new one is, President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, no, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? But no, he's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country.
Oh, there it is. Problem solved.
The Panama Canal? Huh? Because we're being ripped off at the Panama Canal like we're being ripped off everywhere else. When President Jimmy Carter foolishly gave it away.
Yeah. So this is the crazy thing with Trump is that the things that occur to him are things that were on nobody else's radar. We're going to buy Greenland, retake the Panama Canal, make Mexico and Canada states. Oh, and we're going to have a massive nationwide party celebrating 250 years of the country. Nobody is thinking about this shit. Nobody thought about it. Until this.
Gave it away for $1. During his term in office, it was solely for Panama to manage and not for China or any other country to manage. It was given to Panama and to the people of Panama, but it has provisions. You got to treat us fairly, and they haven't treated us fairly. If the principles, both moral and legal, of this magnanimous gesture of giving are not followed, then we will demand that the Panama Canal be returned to the United States of America in full, quickly, and without question.
He's not even, guys, it's almost a month until he's even the president. By the way, the Panama is completely fair. I don't know. I mean, like, if we built it and they're, you know, they're disadvantaging us, then yeah, fuck them. I don't, but I'm not like, what the fuck do I know about this? Feels kind of gangstery. Really? So you think that the guy that's worked in New York real estate for 50 years, that's had hundreds of lawsuits of people that have had bad business relationships with him, you think he's operating like a gangster? No way. No way. There's no. There's no shot that would happen.
So those are some of the things I was talking about. So he's talking about an Iron Dome for the country. I want Greenland from Denmark.
Wait, what?
And by the way, I want the Panama Canal. So I asked the brain room about the Panama Canal. They said there's no proof that that China owns any portion of it. We use 72% of all traffic is American, and the prices did go up 15%, nearly $5 billion over the last year. But they say it's because of low water levels, and they have to slow down the amount of traffic that goes through. But you know what? Rattle their cage. Make them justify it. And let's see if we can get those prices down. After all, we are a frequent customer.
I do think part of this, though, is national security. You think of Greenland, for example.
Man.
The Arctic is a major, I think, battle area for the future in terms of who controls the Arctic. And I think the same applies to the Panama Canal. China may not control it, but they, my understanding is, have some very strategic interests in that area. So part of this, I think, is Trump starting a negotiation with, we want the whole thing back.
Check Twitter. He made a meme about it. No, he did not make a fucking meme about this shit. Let me see if I can find it. No, he didn't. He did. Wait, what's Truth Social? No. Yeah. Welcome to the United States Canal.
Huh?
This is the content president. Oh my God. Oh my fuck. This is amazing. How is this happening?
It's amazingly hilarious.
Content farm? Yes. He did one for
and then
Canada.
The Panamanians might say, well, hang on.
No, he also, by the way, yeah, no, you bring up a...
Dude, he is... crazy. Think about it. That's nuts, dude.
A good point. He did do another one for Canada. Where's the Canada one? He's tweeting so much. I can't even fucking find it. It's from what? Yeah, there's so many. That one's gone. How's this amazing? Imagine the becoming Chinese president doing the same thing. Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I miss this so much. Yeah, like the foreign policy with like he said with North Korea, he just told Kim Jong-un to chill out. Like, oh God.
But let's have this conversation. Trump just announced yesterday his ambassador to Denmark, which owns Greenland. Can you imagine having that job now or being the ambassador to Panama? You're going to have a busy opening few weeks here.
I think it's one of the PayPal mafia. It's Ken Howry, ambassador to Denmark. So I think he's probably like, good.
I'm sure he put that person there with this exact thing in mind. He posted on True Social. For purposes of national security and freedom through the world, the United States of America feels that the ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity. This is something that he brought.
So for purposes of national security, so we're gonna get okay. All right. So we're at 53 states then. Mexico, Canada, and Greenland.
During his first term in office in Denmark, which, I mean, Greenland's in a
Bro, this is Manifest Destiny 2.
Of sovereign nation, but under the Kingdom of
and
Denmark's
Panama. Yeah, true.
Authority, I guess.
Sovereignty, they're within that kingdom.
It's an autonomous nation.
Yes.
Anyway, Donald Trump was mocked for saying it, but he clearly has a plan for why he wants to control Greenland or take it under the United States umbrella. And one of the things I'm just pure speculation here is he is talking a lot about how to get criminal illegal immigrants out of our country. And if countries like Venezuela that we don't have relations with won't take them back, maybe he'll build a facility in Greenland and ship them there. That would
guys. This is fucking oh my God.
There's no way. He's like, it's Escape to New York.
Nuts. Wow.
Escape from LA, yeah.
would for sure be a deterrent for people to come to the country if they know that they're going to Greenland.
Very cold.
Yeah.
Put it this way.
They do that in Russia.
My prediction, we get it.
Like, get it?
I think we get Greenland. My prediction,
it's huge.
What's say to December 23rd?
Yeah.
December 23rd, 2024, I believe by the end of his term, we'll get Greenland.
Okay, so
because he loves real estate.
Yeah. Mark it down.
Right, and we'll see. And I'll tell you what, I'm wondering what Denmark needs from us.
Or I wonder what Greenland has to say about this. I don't know how they would feel about it.
They do have a government.
A couple fun facts about Greenland.
We're going to send you to the cold-ass weather.
Do you know the population of it? 56,699 people.
It's not a lot.
And that's because 75% of it is covered in a sheet of ice.
That's where we'd put the people. That's where we'd put that's where we put the criminals. Put them on the ice.
Capital city.
Yeah, it's like two birds with one stone, right? You have like this new place, and then you have a place to put all the people. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would never have picked Nuke.
N-U-U-K, right?
That's right.
Right. So Iceland's nicer than Greenland. And the Vikings are responsible.
Iceland is greener than Greenland.
Which is
and
weird.
Greenland is icier than Iceland.
The
That's
way
right.
I learned it, and a lot of times things don't come out correct, but I remember people told me that the Vikings looking to throw off visitors
I heard
would
the
name
same thing.
Iceland,
Yeah.
so no one would come, it's nice, and they named Greenland.
I think
Greenland.
that's probably true.
Like
Can
like
you
a
find out? Can we
psychological
ask
thing.
Fran Tarkington? of the
I don't know
Vikings?
whether this is true, but that's what I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Get the brain
or
room.
Alan
Brain
Page.
room.
Where's Leif Erikson when you need him?
I know.
Leif.
Or at least, yeah.
Vinland Saga.
I
Yeah.
bet you there's truth to that. I remember learning that in school.
Right? Those are the type of things that you expect on a news network. I
Man.
bet you there's some truth to
Yeah,
that. Like Carly
And
definitely trying to back me.
my speculation on why Trump wants Greenland could be totally off.
I wonder what people in
as
Greenland
soon
think
as you
about
start
this.
saying like this might not come out right, but I'm just like holding on to the couch. What's going to
I
happen?
should save that for radio.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm
Man.
Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
This is so fucking funny. I think that we are in for probably the most crazy and unpredictable next 4 years that we've had in like my whole life. I think this is going to be a wild fucking ride. We are for sure. Yeah. Because like last time Trump was president, he was a bit of a pussy, you know? Like there were a lot of, big things he ended up not doing. This time around, I could just see him saying, fuck it. Yeah, yeah, too many people blocked him. Yeah, but now there's less people blocking him.
Yeah. There's a
Man,
lot
want
less.
to be everyone's friend? Yeah, I guess so. Wonder what the stock market's doing in relation to this bullshit. My understanding is that it went up. Like, hasn't the stock market been going up with Trump? Like, because people are assuming that Trump is going to do good things. And so, yeah, it has. It's booming. Yeah, I think it's probably not going to go up forever, right? I mean, I think it's all perspective. But yeah, he doesn't have to care about a re-election. Yeah, I know. Having a sea that surrounds Greenland could create a shorter trade route with Europe. The ice melts. Maybe because he knows climate change is real. And we have to get ready to go to Greenland when maybe this is like the 300 IQ play, is that he knows that with all the drilling, we're going to end up raising the temperature of the entire Earth. So we're going to buy Greenland ahead of time so we can take all of the people from Florida and put them over there when all of their stuff goes underwater. I feel like in a way, right? I mean, you could...
It's far-fetched.
That's so smart. Yeah, he's thinking, yeah, bro, this is the 4D chess. Oh, God. Is there rare minerals and gold under the ice in Greenland? The trade routes aren't new discussion. It's been going on for a couple of years. Yeah, I guess so. I've never even heard of this shit. Trump wants to submit his legacy bigger than the last 20 presidents. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but it is fucking insane. I'll watch this other one too. People trying to say, like, this is the new, people trying to say that Elon Musk is the president. They try to, like, start trouble. Try to, make drama. This is like, it's funny to see mainstream media and people doing this. Because they're doing the same thing that Twitch viewers do. Where they go into like, oh, did you see what he said about you? Oh, he said you weren't so good. He said you fell off. It's the exact same thing.
President-elect Donald Trump making his first public remarks in Phoenix since nearly sending the government
President
into
Musk.
a shutdown.
There we go.
Earlier today, Trump spoke about several hot-button issues, including taking back the Panama Canal, renaming America's tallest mountain, and his border and immigration.
Renaming America's tallest mountain? I'm telling you, man, like, this guy is thinking on another level. It's a whole... He thinking about shit people never even thought about. People, what are they going to name it to? Yeah.
Policy
It's a
plans
good
that
question.
would start on his first day back in office.
Yeah.
On my first day back in the Oval Office, I will sign a historic slate of executive orders to close our border to illegal aliens and stop the invasion of our country.
Yeah.
And on that same day, we will begin the largest deportation operation in American history, larger
Wants to name
even
it
than
Mount
that of
McKinley? Is that
President
it?
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh.
The incoming president also giving his take on his relationship with Elon Musk.
Oh, here we go.
Addressed a persistent talking point among Democrats that Musk is acting and will act as a shadow president.
I think it's so fucking funny. Yeah, there we go.
The new one is
He isn't,
President
yeah.
Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, no.
He's a rogue? Yeah.
That's
The shadow
not happening.
president. This is the shadow
But
president,
Elon's
guys.
done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on?
I think that the it's
No,
really bright. I want to change it. I think that the entire argument of like Elon Musk being a shadow president, I don't think it really works very well, because a lot of people view the like Biden's presidency as being a shadow presidency also. So like, I don't really see people like taking this seriously on like a mass scale, because I think that people have that same perception about Biden now. So it's like, okay, well, it wasn't a problem then, but it is now. Like people, and this is the reason, is that I've said this before, right? Like an average people like really hate hypocrisy, because hypocrisy is an insult to the person who you're trying to get to convince, right? Because you're saying like, I'm going to lie in your face and you're too stupid to realize it. And that's why people get so offended and angry about like hypocrisy. And so I think that's the reason why people are not going to take this seriously or care about it. They're attempting to gaslight Trump to drive a wedge with Musk. It's super obvious. Yeah, it's amazingly obvious.
He's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country.
For more, we're joined by Democratic strategist Julie Rodzinski and Katie Frost, Republican strategist and former executive director for the Georgia Freedom Caucus. Good to see both of you. I do want to get to immigration.
It's actually rattled, the little laugh. I think he's trying to make it like it's funny, and I do think that it probably does annoy Trump a little bit. Like, I think it probably does, but I don't think it's going to affect anything.
Just a moment, but let's start there where the president-elect kind of dropped off, talking about Elon Musk. Katie, I just want to get your reaction to his take there on what's being said about Musk.
Well, it's great to see both you ladies again. You know, this is, of course, the latest talking point we're seeing coming out of the Democratic Party, which is highly ironic, considering the Wall Street Journal report that dropped this week talking about how President Biden has been
How about that? How about that? Of course. Of course. It's not pre-watched. It's common sense. Anybody... you think I'm a fucking wizard? No, it's obvious.
struggling to do the job since very early in his presidency. So apparently now it's a point of concern for Democrats, the idea that there might be someone other than the elected president trying to call shots, when that's exactly what's been happening for the last 4 years. I would love to know who's been the shadow president of our country for the last 4 years.
And Julie, I just want to get your thoughts on it as well.
Well, it sounds like this is getting a little bit to Trump, right? Anybody who decides to elevate themselves to even pretend to be on par with Trump, Trump eventually gets rid of. And so I don't give this bromance much time. Katie, the difference is Elon Musk, who's not elected to anything, who's not appointed to anything through a confirmation process, is basically calling the shots and was calling the shots last week. He came out first to scuttle this bipartisan deal that led to a tremendous amount of chaos. And you have the Speaker of the House himself acknowledging that he was continuously talking to Elon Musk throughout this whole process. Who is Elon Musk but an unelected billionaire who has his own interests with this budget, and who obviously, as a result of those interests, decided to scuttle a deal that would somehow, shock or all shocks, impact his business in China, among other things. And so, look, this is Trump reminding...
I think that type of argumentation just doesn't work anymore. I don't. The reason why is that I think that if you ask an average person, is the country owned by billionaires, most people would say yes. So them crying foul when Elon Musk is one of those billionaires that's owning the country, I don't really see that you can, like, you can't say that all these billionaires are bad and it's an oligarchy when you had total media control for like over 10 years, really. You had total web control between like Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, and the people that run Google and, you know, all of them. You can't go and say, oh, well, now it's an oligarchy. I don't see average people. I don't see average people buying that. Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah, I don't think that this is a good narrative to push. It's the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, exactly. The only bad billionaires are the other side's billionaires. Well, what I'm saying is like that's the reason why I don't think people are going to buy into it. But Elon Musk directly benefits from Trump politics. Well, the other billionaires directly benefited from the other countries' like companies' politics. Like, what do you mean? Like, do you think they're giving them money to cause them to lose? Like, of course not.
People and reminding Musk, I think, that he's paying attention.
Yeah.
So very clearly this is getting to Trump, and I'm glad. I'm going to sit back, as I keep saying, and drink my martini and watch this chaos unfold.
Somebody says, well, what you're saying isn't true. Most people don't know how tech and social media works. Jack Dorsey and Zuckerberg never did this. See, I disagree with you. I think that average people do think that it's rigged. I do. I actually think that they do believe that it's rigged. And I think that COVID is the best litmus test for that. And I think that the amount of trust that was eroded with the way that COVID was handled, especially with the companies acting hand in hand with the government, I think that that made people infinitely more distrustful. And now I think it is an average perception that people have. Facebook on COVID era, yeah, I really do. I think that if you didn't have COVID, I think your point would be valid. But I think that COVID radicalized way more people than you might imagine. I think it actually like dramatically changed the entire window and what like people see the government in. Damn right it did. Yeah, it really did.
Because this is what the Republicans asked for, and they're getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, Katie, I am curious what you think about...
Sorry, I keep pausing. People keep making comments that I want to respond to. People weren't allowed to spread misinformation during a pandemic, endangering the lives of millions of people. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And people viewed the monopoly that the government had on information as unfair and suppressive and censorial, and it caused them to distrust the government. Yeah, you mean we didn't have free speech? Yeah, exactly. People care more about free speech than they do about disinformation or misinformation. That's just the truth. I think that if you look at an average population, or at least like the average American population, I think that's the truth.
Asked for, and they're getting it.
Yeah, I guess, Katie, I am curious what you think about Julie's point there, that Trump felt the need to talk about this. I mean, he's known for paying attention about what's...
He obviously knows that people are talking about it. Of course they do.
Being said, he watches news, he reads, you know, he's paying attention to kind of what's out there in the ether, and clearly this was something he felt like he needed to address.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he knows we're talking about it here. It's clearly become a talking point that the Democrats are trying to push, so he's preemptively going to address it.
Yeah,
That's the exact same thing Speaker Johnson did with his gaggle with reporters after the bill was passed in Congress. This is something people are asking questions, so they're going to preemptively answer that. But I will go back to, Julie said that no one elected Elon Musk. No one elected the White House staff that have been running the show while President Biden has been asleep at the wheel, essentially, for the last 4 years.
She's saying the exact same thing. Yes, this is exactly what I said. 100% this is what it's going to be. That's exactly how people feel about it.
So, I mean, you can talk about now apparently the influence of billionaires is a concern. It isn't a concern when George Soros puts a lot of money into electing people all across the country. It isn't a concern when Mark Zuckerberg wanted to get involved in elections. It wasn't a concern when Jack Dorsey owned Twitter. Apparently now that it's X and somebody Elon Musk, it is a concern. So there definitely seems to be a double standard at play here.
Yeah.
The next time, Katie, the next time that George Soros or Mark Zuckerberg or Jack Dorsey picks up the phone and tanks a bipartisan negotiated bill, you let me know. That's never happened. George Soros has never, to my knowledge, picked up the phone and called then Speaker Nancy Pelosi and said,
to my knowledge. Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think she probably doesn't know that they do that. I think that the best indicator of the fact that these people are bought and paid for is the advocacy of banning TikTok. I think that if you look at a lot of the people that are advocating banning TikTok and you see who's giving them money.
Yeah, I seen that a while ago. That's what I called out. It's about money. Somebody's making money. Somebody's making money in there, and that's bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck you and your money. Money just equals power, and power should be spread out a little bit more evenly. People are going to be very upset. Don't comprehend.
I bet a lot of them have either financially benefited from, or they have had some form of interaction with the American social media companies. I don't think that they're trying to ban TikTok because they have a problem with China. I don't think they're trying to ban TikTok because they're worried about the kids. I think they're trying to ban TikTok because it clears the board of a competitor for the companies that are giving them money. That's the real reason.
Yep.
This is what you have to do.
Common sense.
Nobody's even alleged that he's done that. This is quite different. This is an unelected billionaire who is literally calling the shots and telling Republicans what they're going to vote for and what they're not going to vote for. And they acquiesce. They actually acquiesce to him.
Get
So
some more
that's the part to me that makes no sense. Nobody elected Elon Musk. He came out first, tanked this bill, then Trump belatedly jumped in as a Me Too kind of, I also agree with this. But this was Elon Musk's mess that he made, and that's something that the Speaker of the House acknowledged. You have members of Congress literally acknowledging they're consulting with Elon Musk before making decisions. That's nothing that we've ever seen before, at least in my lifetime.
Well, I think one person's called.
Go ahead.
I'll say one person's calling the shots is another person's call to action. Elon Musk put out the word, and the people responded and melted the phone lines. And look, if Taylor Swift...
It's actually a very good point. Is that Elon Musk doesn't have any power. It's people that are listening to Elon Musk. And I think the threat of getting people out of office is only as strong as the people's vote for them is. So if people didn't agree with this happening, and also like these people had no problem wielding celebrity influence like a weapon when they had Taylor Swift and Beyonce endorsing Kamala Harris. And there was even reports and I don't think there was anything confirmed, right? But I know people that did get paid to promote Kamala Harris. It's just not there, man. I don't think that anybody is going to take this seriously. Taylor Swift is not changing policy. Taylor Swift, by the nature of her endorsing a candidate, is her attempting to change policy. She even explicitly said that it was because of reproductive rights. That is her attempt. She is trying to change policy by doing that. That's why she's doing it. It's not even a question.
Had put out a tweet, and the Swifties had melted the Capitol switchboard, which they crashed Ticketmaster. I have no doubt that the Swifties could crash the Capitol switchboard.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't be having the same kind of conversation. We'd be like, look at democracy in action. Look, people are motivated. This is exciting. So I would say it's not Elon Musk, and it's not even what he's doing. It's the results people don't like. They didn't like that a, quote, bipartisan bill that was...
they don't like that they won, that it worked. That's the problem. Is that they did it and it worked. That's why they're mad.
Really just a giveaway. When Santa Claus had come to Washington and everybody was getting what they wanted, that got tanked, and that's what people are upset about.
Yep.
It is interesting, though.
You let me know when Taylor Swift does that, Katie. You let me know when Taylor Swift decides a call to action about specific legislation that we could have that conversation.
She did. She did with the reproductive rights and with Roe versus Wade. She literally did. It's the same thing. Like, I don't view this as and I understand that it is slightly different. I don't respect that difference or care about it enough to view one as bad and the other one as good. I think that your opinion about one has to be the same about both of them. There's not really a distinction in my mind that makes one, like, logically different than the other. It's the same substance. Yeah, that's the way I see it.
Elon Musk has jumped on phone calls with foreign leaders as well, which is interesting. And I would like to talk more about that, but unfortunately, we are out of time. Julie Rodzinski and Katie Frost, we appreciate both of you. Thanks so much.
Yep, there it is.
I was amazed.
And what's this? Both these girls have some bitch face? Oh, Jesus Christ. Why? I don't know what it is about people on like Twitch chat that always feel like compelled to make comments about people's appearance, but you guys got to stop doing that. And if you make comments like that and you say weird stuff, there's a very high chance that you'll get permabanned because it's weird. And one was voicing their opinion as a citizen and the other one's directly consulting with the authorities. I don't care about that because the effect is the same. So if somebody can wield their influence in order to change policy, the method of doing so is less relevant to me. Like from a functional level, I don't view this as a massive moral difference. She has influence? Yeah, exactly. And so it's not. And again, you can draw these like, you know, technicalities and like, oh, well, technically it's not really like that. And, you know, well, actually it's like, well, if you look at the law and I don't care about any of that. When I see a bunch of celebrities getting together to push one person, to push a policy, that to me is logically the same as one person trying to push a policy themselves. It is. The semantics don't matter to me.
Yep.
The effect does. And I think the effect is the same. Yeah, who told our PR team to say it? Yeah, that's basically it. And how much influence do you think $500 billion worth person has versus a celebrity? Well, apparently a lot. Yeah, a lot more. It worked. That's it. The implication that rich people weren't having private conversations to shape policy, and Elon Musk is the only person. Yeah, and I think this is the reason why a lot of people aren't buying into it. It's what this guy's saying right here. The implication that rich people weren't having private conversations to shape policy, and Elon Musk is somehow the only person to do this, is insulting to everyone's intelligence. That's exactly right. And I think that's why this type of argumentation, can you show proof of this? In some cases you can, in some you can't. I think that there are a lot of like things that happen. Like, for example, like somebody leaves office and then they get an appointment with a company that they were favorable towards or something like that. And also, just because something doesn't have, like, there's not like a video evidence of it happening, doesn't mean that it's not obviously happening. I mean, you can't see this many points on a line, or sorry, this many points on a graph, and then not be able to draw a line. I'm sorry, but it's just, it's just very fucking obvious that this is happening. Bill Gates, yeah, the proof is the existence of lobbies. Yeah, I think that's another good way of looking at it too. But yeah, I think it's going to continue happening, and overall, FDA is a good example. Oh, I don't know about the FDA. I'm not sure about that. But I think that in a lot of cases that definitely happens. Yeah, for sure. And so just let billionaires control the government because they were already doing it? Like, what are you saying? I'm confused. Well, what I'm saying is that I'm not going to view it as a unique evil. And if you want to get rid of billionaires controlling the government, then use the language of billionaires and not Elon Musk. That's the difference. So, like, I agree with you. I think that that is really bad. But it seems like this is a one-sided perspective. And so if there wasn't, then I would probably have a more open viewpoint for it. But I think the truth is that it's one-dimensional, and it's based off of power and not principle. And I think that average people can see that, and that's why they're distrustful of the media in the first place. And I'm sorry. A lot of people might be unhappy that I'm saying this. You don't have to get mad at me. They're the ones that are doing it. All I'm doing is explaining it. Like, yeah, that's it. Like, I'm just explaining what's happening.
I can appreciate that. All right, let's play some Rivals. This whole streaming thing, maybe I just won't ever be popular. Maybe I'm just a shithead. I don't know. I don't think so. Bound to be some people that want to fucking kick it with me.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone. As long as there's still something worth fighting for, I'll be on the front lines.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Wow. I used to have an enchanted sword too.
Were you the ruler of a demon-filled netherworld as well?
No, I was just a guy with a cool sword. But I'm kind of glad I'm not.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enemy ahead of me. We need to stop that vehicle in its tracks. My throat is giving me strength. The only one.
Tandy needs help.
Much better. Stick around. Shame it had to end this way, Steve.
Oh, a touch of healing.
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
My turn now!
Much better.
Wow.
I'll be ship-shape in no time.
Better stop that vehicle.
Looks like
They've made it halfway. Stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Mad!
get in there. Much better. Bring on the chaos. Armed and dangerous! Much better. My thanks, hero.
Was just a scratch.
My mission isn't over yet.
The dragon unleashed!
You stop them in their tracks. Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger. There's still a chance to stop them.
Playtime's over! Not so fast! Much better.
Get in there.
We're done here!
We are further!
I always come back.
Only 60 seconds left.
Bring on the chaos.
We hunger. You owe me one. Down to 30 seconds. He stopped them in their tracks.
You're up!
We're almost there. Don't give up.
That's what I needed. Armed and dangerous!
I'm ready to put on a show!
All right!
That's what I needed. Stick around!
Your god is suffering.
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
We are further!
They've made it halfway! Stop them! Better stop that vehicle! There's still a chance to stop them!
Someone's gotta stop
that
Doom.
vehicle!
I mean,
Born again!
There's only two.
Only 60 seconds left. They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Bring on the chaos.
Or a dagger. Place the light. I am ready to put on a show.
Oh boy, here they come!
That put some pep in my step.
Up behind you.
Mind over matter.
My turn.
I bring thunder. Feel the thunder.
Bad guys, watch out!
Get in there.
Stay right there!
Your
Happy to
dog
help.
is suffering.
We better test this out.
Faster, my friend.
Full of life.
Let's
Let's rock this. Just another soldier after all. Our foes draw near. Tandy needs help.
Have a tailwind.
Let my enemies tremble.
We are
Feel the wrath of the goddess! I see I have made an impact. Good as new.
I see you. Better test this out.
Be switched. No pleasure in that, but it
Down to 30 seconds. I am ready.
Storm is rising again.
Rise, my friends!
The final 10 seconds.
Let's end this quick.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. It's now or never. Stop them.
Good as new.
We got company.
Beautiful. She kept us supper. Hold still. I'm trying to help.
I will.
Render me assistance. Get in there, big fella.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Stiff sauce. I'll give one to me. Yeah. What? one day. Off like a motherfucker. These motherfuckers suck a dick. I'm not really much up with playing video games tonight. I'll watch some more stuff.
So silly in there.
This is insane. He made a call out video because someone made a joke. Dude, this guy, honestly, like this is
All the ones that I'm abnormal for, it all is like, you have leukemia or lupus. I'll take lupus any day, bro. Hit me with that lupus.
And this is where Jake comes in, because apparently, if you didn't know, it was super wrong. And not only wrong, it was extremely problematic that Ethan would make light of such a serious condition after he thought that he actually had it.
Hit me with that lupus. Okay, I'm being so silly in there.
This is insane. He made a call out video because someone made a joke. Dude, this guy, honestly, like this is a level of autism that humanity has not yet fully understood. This is awesome. Oh my god. Dude thought he had lupus, tested, didn't have lupus. He's like, hell yeah, I don't have lupus. Hit me with that lupus, bro. And the guy makes a video calling him out for disrespecting diseases that some people actually have and suffer from. Like, what? You are the most insecure man baby I've ever seen.
Yeah. Obviously, the premise of choosing one illness over another is silly and absurd. But go ahead and...
Yeah, this is like saying, oh, hell yeah, I don't have pancreatic cancer. I have testicular cancer. Hell yeah, let's go. Testicular cancer is the best type of cancer. Like, that's the equivalent. Like, what are you talking about?
And explain why jokes aren't funny.
Is not only undermines people who have lupus...
You know what?
What do you mean undermines? Did he shoot them? Did he destroy the Gotham City water supply? Is he the Riddler? Is he a Diddler? Did he, remove the pharmaceutical market from existence?
No, you don't do that. He's gonna make a big mistake.
We're kicking things off with one of the wildest moments you'll ever see. In this fight, Alexandru Bobicioiu was up against Sidi and Dustinel in what felt like a 2-on-1 battle. While Sidi was holding Alexandru, Dustinel decided to jump in and deliver a cheap shot, a kick right to Alexandru's backside. And as he went in for another kick, the referee had enough. The ref stepped in, grabbed Dustinel and slammed him to the ground like a rag doll. The crowd went nuts. But the ref wasn't done. When Dustinel, clearly embarrassed, tried to get back up, the ref slapped him across the face, adding a final touch of humiliation. It was clear. The ref wasn't just there to enforce rules, he was ready to lay down the law. Dustinel definitely learned that the hard way. Next, let's talk about one of the most unforgettable moments in combat sports. Matthias Frederick was facing Ahmad Aswad, and after landing a brutal right hook, Aswad was knocked down hard. But Frederick didn't stop there. Even with Aswad defenseless on the ground, Frederick kept hammering him with punches.
Oh, he is out. Oh.
That's when referee Leon Roberts stepped in. And this wasn't just a normal stoppage. He doesn't just pull Frederick off, he takes him down and chokes him out right in front of everyone. Leon Robert became a legend that day. His quick thinking and strength turned him into one of the most famous referees out there.
Leon Roberts with the slickest back take I have ever seen from an official.
Now let's head to Russia for one of the weirdest fights ever. A fighter lands a knockout punch and it looks like the fight's over. But here's where it gets crazy. The guy who got knocked out somehow gets back on his feet and, instead of leaving the ring, he goes after the referee. Yeah, after being knocked out, this guy decided to fight the ref. Luckily, officials stepped in before things got even more out of hand. Losing a fight is bad, but losing twice in the same fight? That's brutal. In a wild post-fight moment, a boxer wasn't happy with the referee's decision to stop the fight. Instead of walking away, he shoved the referee, thinking he could intimidate him. But the ref didn't let it slide. He grabbed the boxer and choke-slammed him to the canvas. Everyone watching was stunned. It was a reminder that referees aren't just there to enforce the rules, they can throw down when needed. Back to UAE Warriors, where Ahmed Al-Darmaki had another crazy moment. After winning a fight with a chokehold, Al-Darmaki held on for too long, and the ref, Mark Goddard, had to pull him off. Instead of backing off, Al-Darmaki went after the ref again.
No, you don't do that. He's gonna make a big mistake messing with...
But UAE Warriors handled it professionally, disqualifying Al-Darmaki right away. In another crazy fight, a boxer ignored the referee's call to stop the fight and kept brawling. Things escalated until another referee stepped in, body slamming the troublemaker to the ground. That move sent a clear message. If you disrespect the referee, expect consequences, and sometimes those consequences come in the form of a body slam. In the Dominican Republic, things took a wild turn during a super welterweight clash. After Angel Cruz landed a powerful right hand, his opponent, Julio Rodriguez, was down for the count. But when the referee stopped the fight, Rodriguez was furious. Out of nowhere, Rodriguez walked up and punched the ref square in the head. The ref tried to stay calm at first, but eventually lost it and went after Rodriguez. It was chaos, and the fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. One of the most bizarre and iconic locations for a brawl? The Sydney Opera House. Salisbury and Temelkov were supposed to engage in a regular match, but what unfolded was pure chaos. After a few heated exchanges, things spiraled out of control. Salisbury landed a controversial hit that set Temelkov's coach off. The coach yanked Salisbury, and that's when things got really ugly. Cornermen from both sides jumped in, turning the whole thing into a full-blown brawl. But it didn't stop there. One of the cornermen even started attacking the boxer, which made the referee absolutely furious. The ref wasn't having it and went after the intruder. Within seconds, the ring turned into chaos, with even officials from both sides getting involved in the fight.
Paul is now throwing punches. There are other people in the ring. There must be 20 people in the ring, punches flying everywhere.
And we're not done with Dustinel just yet. Later, in another bout against Sidi, Dustinel found himself caught in a tight submission and had no choice but to tap out. Instead of taking the loss like a professional, he lost his cool and tried to go after Sidi again. The referee didn't waste any time this time either. He quickly stepped in and slammed Dustinel to the ground, making sure everyone knew the fight was over. Apparently, the ref had to remind Dustinel twice that he wasn't in charge. Let's talk about a moment that shocked everyone watching: Berrigan's fight against Fortes. After Berrigan got knocked out, instead of accepting his defeat, he made things worse. As soon as he regained his senses, he challenged the referee, ignoring all rules of sportsmanship. The referee, calm but firm, stood his ground as Berrigan tried to confront him. It was an intense moment, but ultimately Berrigan had no choice but to back down after the ref showed him who was in charge. Razi Jabari was already heated after losing fight after fight. When he lost yet another match, the ref told him to shake hands as a sign of sportsmanship. But Razi wasn't in the mood. He attacked the ref instead. That started a full-on brawl. Jabari's actions showed he wasn't cut out for MMA. Instead of leaving a good impression, his outburst pretty much ended his career. In Ultimate Combat 7, Julio Gonzalez dislocated his shoulder during a fight with Wayne Cook, but that didn't stop Wayne. When the ref tried to stop the fight, Wayne ignored him and kept throwing punches. The ref wasn't having it. He put Wayne in a chokehold and wrestled him to the ground. Things got so chaotic that one of Julio's teammates rushed into the cage and nearly turned it into an all-out brawl. The fight ended as a no contest, and Wayne never fought in MMA again. In a wild moment, a furious fighter broke all the rules, attacking his opponent even after repeated warnings. Ignoring the ref's commands, he kept going until the ref had no choice but to slam him to the ground and pin him down. The situation escalated so much that the police had to escort the fighter out of the ring. It was a clear message: disobey the rules and even the ref will take you down. Takeo Shina had just knocked out Lee after a week of intense trash talk between the two. But even after the knockout, Shina wasn't satisfied. He kept raining down punches on an already unconscious Lee. When the ref stepped in to stop the madness, Shina shockingly attacked him too. It was an ugly scene, and Shina's actions pretty much ended his career on the spot. What makes it even sadder is that this was Lee's very first match in MMA. After going through that traumatic experience, he never stepped into the MMA ring again. Now let's talk about Ramazi Korkilia versus Vyacheslav Datsik, a fight that started off intense and escalated into pure mayhem. Datsik is known for his unpredictable and wild style, and this bout was no different. After some brutal exchanges, Datsik completely ignored the referee's orders to stop, and the situation got out of control fast. Korkilia was left defenseless, but that didn't stop Datsik from continuing the assault. The ref had no choice but to intervene and physically drag Datsik off Korkilia. It was one of those moments where the ref had to become more than just an official.
All right, I'm gonna call it a night.